Common Gamer here, bringing you another console review. This is a console review of the 7th generation, Xbox 360. This console was released in 2005. When this console was released, it was better than most computers at that time, and rivaled a lot of computers. It has a 3-core IBM Power PC, 364-bit cores at 3.2 GHz, and has a ATI Zenus custom-based ATI GPU running at 500 MHz. This console was pretty powerful for the time, and it had DDR3 RAM, which was very good for the time. This one has 120 gigabytes of memory. This version of the hard drive. This is the Xbox 360 Elite. I rate the build quality of this console 2 out of 5 because I went through so many 7th gen consoles. This thing was made out of junk. This is my 5th one. Still working right now, but I just can't believe that the console would break that many times. I'm on my 5th one. That never happened to me before in any of the other previous generations of a console to stop working. But other than that, this console was pretty good. The game library gets a 5 out of 5. Gameplay a 4 out of 5. Reason why is when it was broken, you couldn't play it anymore. This was the first console where I went on to Xbox Live and online. I had many hours of fun of experience. I have about 1 billion hours on this console. This one's still worked. This one still worked. And, that's been a lot of good hours. There's the hard drive. 120 gigabytes. That was pretty good. But for today's standards, not really. Alright, here's the back of it. You had to get a wireless adapter. Wasn't built in. Like PlayStation 3 was built in and had Blu-ray. This didn't have Blu-ray, but this had HDMI. 3 USB ports. There's HDMI. That's where the AV cable would go, and that's for wired internet. And that's a 3rd USB port. That's where the power goes. There's the fans. The fans were loud on the 360. I didn't really like that. And here's the front of it. There's where the memory cards would go in, there and there. And the main improvement on it, they had a built-in IR port for the remote. And there's 2 USB ports there and there. And here's the bottom of the console. There. And as you can see, it says Xbox 360 on it. And there's there it is, says HDMI on the back, AV, all that. And here's the game controller. This one still works. I rate the controller comfort 4 out of 5. Build quality 3 out of 5 because some of them broke, but this one's still working. And see this? The difference? The directional pad, that's why it gets a 4 out of 5. The directional pad, not very comfortable. Worst D-pad invented. This home button was awesome. That was awesome. This button down there, the control stick, melee, A, B, X, Y, start and back, left bumper, right bumper, left trigger, right trigger. The triggers are very comfortable on this controller. I like it. The bumpers are okay. Sometimes they would stick and I would have to get a Q-tip and fix it because they would stick and lock. But this, you had to get a rechargeable battery, otherwise it had AA batteries. That was a very big letdown. But this is okay. That's where the chat pad would go there, where you could send text messages through and that. And in the middle, that's where the headset would go. I went through the wireless headset, gets a 1 out of 5 for build quality. So I went through like 10 of those. And the other headset gets the same things. I went through like 20 headsets. Wasn't really built that well. And there's the console. This console, I had a lot of hours of fun on it. It was very... I had good fun in it, other than the dreaded red ring of death, which was 3 flashing red lights, and it stopped working. But overall, the console was pretty good, other than the fact of the big design flaw it has, or it would break. But it performed the games well, and it's still being made today. This console, in general, is almost 10. This one I got in 2010 because my one I got in 2006 broke, and then I got another new one from Microsoft, and another new one, then my 4th one broke, and then they said, sorry, you have to pay $100 US, which was 200 Canadian, which was as much as a 360 at that time. So I was like, no, I'll just buy a new console, and that's what I did. And I got the Xbox 360 Elite. This console was, a lot of design flaws in it, and this console, if you're going to buy it for collecting, be careful of the big design flaw it has. It can overheat. 2, it can get the red ring of death. 4, it stops reading your discs, and you have to get a new console. Microsoft, I think, purposely made this console junky, so you have to keep buying more of them. Yeah. Not the best build quality. And you know that wire stopper in the back? That was my second one. My first one stopped working. It was like the wireless, I think, D, and this was the wireless N adapter. In the back. Yeah, this console is, it's okay. It still entertained me through the 7th gen. But, it's, I say that the Xbox 360 controller is the second most comfortable controller. The most comfortablest controller of the 7th gen was a DualShock 3 controller. That's the most comfortable controller in history. This is the second most. And the most uncomfortable controller was the Wii controller. Just a nunchuck and that's... Nah. I didn't like that. This is better. A, B, X, Y. Or triangle, X, square. Much better. But the directional pad, not really good. Ugh. Yeah, DualShock is a better directional pad than this. It's horrible. Worst directional pad in history. Not very comfortable at all. Well, I'm gonna get my headset, and I'll show you what the headset looks like. Be back in a couple of... I'll be right back. Gonna make a cutscene drop. Here's my headset. Not very well. There's a headset. I went through a lot of these. It just kept breaking on its own, or the wire would fall out. Built very cheaply. Cheaply made and flimsy. Not the best headset. Well, This I got this a couple of years ago in 2011 because my other one broke, so I got another one. And this one that I got for Christmas. This headset's alright. It gets a 1 out of 5 for build quality. Comfort, it's comfortable. Sort of comfortable. Yeah. And this is right there says Xbox 360. And that. There is other redesigned consoles of the 360. There's the Xbox 360S, and then now there's the Xbox 360E, which kind of looks like the Xbox One but smaller. I wouldn't really get it. I would stick with this. I'll just stick with 8th gen, and if this breaks, then I might get like some other thing. But I don't think this would break because I always turn it off when it's done. I recommend if you get the 360, always turn it off. Do not leave it on, or else you'll get the red ring of death. Well, this is Conman Gamer signing off. Hope you enjoyed my video. More videos will be up. I may do some portable game consoles, like handhelds. I may not. Well, if you want to see more of my videos, hit the subscribe button. Please comment and subscribe and like this video.